Buenos dias, Playa del Carmen. So I've had a little bit of a craving for lasagna recently, but if you know me by now, you know I like to get creative with stuff. So I've bought a mixture of different ingredients which don't really belong in a lasagna, and I've not recipe tested this video either. So this may well go right, it may well go wrong, but either way, it's probably gonna be tasty, fingers crossed. And if you're seeing this video on YouTube, there's a good chance that the recipe worked out, because otherwise I wouldn't have uploaded it. So I'm going to use a couple of red tomatoes, about 200 grams, and then some of these tomatillos, which are a little bit acidic, but I'm hoping they work in this dish. And if you can't get these tomatillos back home, just use red ones. So tomatoes are going in, the red and the green. And I'm going to leave them to cook away for around 5 minutes whilst we prep this chili pasilla. So these chili pasillas, they're not spicy, they're a little bit earthy and sweet. All we need to do is take the top off. You can use scissors for this. What you do is just open them up. So open it out like that, and then you just want to remove any seeds and stems in there, and that's it ready. Then we just need to rehydrate this. So after a few minutes, see the tomatoes, the skin's coming away, it started to soften, the same as these tomatillos. You'll see they start to change color. I'm gonna add in my chili pasilla, and then we're just gonna simmer these for around 10 minutes longer, just so the chili pasilla can rehydrate. Now in the meantime, whilst they're cooking away, I've got these poblano chilies which I broiled for around 10 minutes each side. And then I've put them in here with a lid on just so they steam, so it makes it easier to remove the skin. Now, as I mentioned, I hadn't planned to do this YouTube video. It was just going to be a TikTok, so like a short form video. And when I do my short form videos, I always have my ingredients prepared. But like I said, just put them under the grill for around 10 minutes each side, and then put them either in a bowl covered with cling film so they steam, or in a pot with a lid. And then we just remove the top, peel them open, and then you just want to get away those seeds. And if you don't have poblano peppers, you could just use normal peppers. So these tomatoes have been going for around 10 to 15 minutes now. The tomatillos are cooked, they're nice and soft. The red tomato as well, and more importantly, the chili pasilla is soft and hydrated. I'm just gonna scoop them into this bowl and then just leave them for a few minutes whilst I prepare the other ingredients. And apparently if you leave these green tomatoes to cool a little bit, they're a bit less bitter when you blend them and make the sauce. So they're just gonna chill there for the moment. So I've got my poblano peppers clean. I'm gonna save half for my white sauce. Well, it's gonna be a green sauce by the time I finish with it. And then the other half I'm gonna cut into strips for the lasagna. So not too thick and not too thin. I reckon like that's perfect. It's just gonna add a nice bit of texture. And damn, these ones, they're good, but they've got a kick to them. Whoa. So for the white sauce, 40 grams of butter. And we're just gonna melt it over low heat. And then we're just gonna add the flour. Then just mix it all together to incorporate it. And then we're just gonna add some milk little by little and just whisk it away. As soon as it starts to thicken up, just add a little bit more. And at this stage, it's starting to get quite smooth. And then once it's relatively smooth and no lumps, we can go ahead and add the other cup of milk. And then we're just gonna whisk away over medium-low heat just until it thickens up. And that's the consistency we're looking for there. If it's too thick, you can add a little extra milk. Now we transfer the sauce to a blender, as well as the remaining poblano chili. It's gonna go in there. And a little salt, then blend it. And that looks so good. Oh yeah, that is tasty. Now we're gonna go ahead and blend our tomatoes and the pasilla chili. And I'm adding in just a little bit of beef stock. Now, about a tablespoon of oil. And we're just gonna go ahead and fry the onion for a minute or two until they're softened. Then once the onions are softened and translucent, you want them like that, you don't need to get any color on them. We can add in the garlic. And then we're just gonna fry this for around 30 seconds longer. And again, we're not looking to get any color, we just want it to soften up. And once softened and smelling nice and fragrant, we can add in the beef mince. And then we'll cook this over medium heat for about 5 to 8 minutes. Until it's well browned. Once brown, we add in some oregano. And then we're gonna add the tomatoes. And then we're just gonna cook this for a few minutes until the flavors all start to come together and the tomato mixture reduces. So this has been simmering away now for a few minutes. I'm gonna add the diced poblano chili in and a light seasoning of salt. Now I'm just gonna combine this all together and mix it well. And the lid's going on and I'm gonna simmer this for around 10 to 15 minutes. And this is how I want it. It's not dry, it's not too liquidy. It's got the perfect ratio of sort of meat to sauce. And obviously the beef's not fully tender, but we're gonna finish it in the oven. So it's a nice rich sauce. And at this stage, we can taste a little. And if need be, just add a touch more salt. And now it's time to build it. So we're gonna start with a layer of the meat, a couple of lasagna sheets, and then some of that sauce. And then we just need to repeat it until we've used everything up. Just take a moment to appreciate how good that looks. Then we're just gonna top it off with some cheese. I'm using mozzarella because I couldn't get any quesillo. Quesillo is a really nice cheese here in Mexico that melts well when you cook it. And now the cheese is on, take one more look and appreciate that. Now all we need to do is bake this in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius. I'd say probably for around 35 to 40 minutes. That is looking delicious. Does look legit, to be honest. It's fantastic. And that's got to be perfect timing. It started raining, and after it rains here in Playa del Carmen, because it's so hot, it becomes so humid here. And I can't complain too much because for once, I'm gonna get to enjoy my food hot. I'll leave the ingredients in the description box below if you wanna try it out, and hit subscribe if you wanna see more recipes in the future. And drop a comment and let me know your honest opinion on this lasagna. Do I get the internet's approval, or should we just keep it secret and not tell the Italians? In my opinion, it's delicious.